Now everything needs to go in the wash. Fun times. I think I might have mentioned 1 or 2 times, but Mum, Big Bird and I went to the Festival of Quilts at the beginning of August and we had an amazing time. When we came to film the fabric haul the day after, I had had no sleep and looked absolutely atrocious. So Mum and Big Bird very kindly filmed their part of it.
My bad person.
Not at all. You don't buy fabric very often at all, Mother.
No, only when I can see it.
Well, it's recording, so...
Oh!
I was waiting for direction.
Yeah!
I'm here too, but I look like death warmed up because I've had no sleep. I'm filming my little bit today and hopefully I can splice the two together to make something of a cohesive and coherent fabric haul for you guys. Our usual method for the Festival of Quilts is head straight to Stitch Fabrics and Rosenberg, and everybody bought stuff. Of course mine's at the bottom of my pile. Mum definitely shopped more than Nia did, so should we start with the Mum one?
Yeah. Whoa, this was the first one, wasn't it?
We did
I
our
meant
usual...
to remember where I got all these from.
Kinda. We did our usual thing of M. Rosenberg first, then the rest of the show. But...
I'm sitting here now staring off into space thinking, where did I buy all of these?
I know.
Well, that's a nice one.
Is that nice?
Yeah, maybe you should hold it out so that just, you know,
Hold
maybe
it
not
up
in,
to the
yeah,
camera.
maybe not in front of Nia's face. Yeah, there you go.
I can go in front of my
That's
face
better,
with
that's
that.
an improvement, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah, that's a rayon from M. Rosenberg
4 metres.
for a shirt dress.
A shirt
Yeah.
dress.
Yeah.
The one Sean made for me,
No, the
without
one
knowing
Sean made
it.
for herself.
Without knowing it.
You stole.
But I now have, and I love it. It's my favourite dress.
Yeah. You do have more fabric than Nia, so you'll have to do
You'll have to
another
do,
one.
yeah, we can't alternate, you're going to have to do it.
This is silk.
Danny, don't watch the next bit.
one. Yeah, turn it on its side, you've got it on its... yeah, that's
that
the right...
way, yeah.
Yeah, your leopards are the right way up now.
They're not this side.
No, they won't be that.
Yes, I got leopards and birds, beautiful flowers.
Water lilies.
It's Italian silk. You've got 2 meters of it. It was a ridiculous amount of money, but you want to make a shirt, right?
Yes, and it's got a nice bit of body to this silk,
Yeah, it's not
which
too
makes a
floppy.
difference. It'll be easier to...
Yeah, it's not like water.
No,
You breathe on it and it moves.
it's a nice silk.
I made Mum get 2 meters because of the print. I just said if you have the minimum amount that you need for a shirt, and you won't be able to do any kind of print placement.
It might
You'll-
get the tiger just there.
Yeah,
Leopard boobs.
leopard.
Oh,
boobs.
leopard, I beg your
Yeah.
pardon.
I think, yeah, you keep calling them tigers. They're definitely
yeah,
spotty, not
leopards.
stripy.
Yeah.
The leopards are all facing the same way. That's
Yeah.
a shame. You could have gone full on Western cowboy and had a leopard inside on
Yeah.
the shoulder facing inwards.
It's a beautiful bird. Very, very
Yeah,
lovely.
maybe bird boobs.
Feels lovely.
It
I'm
does.
looking forward to making that.
You've got one more from M. Rosenberg.
Well, when I'd finished,
Well, yeah, when you paid already. Paid
when I'd
you.
done everything, Sean found this one and she gave it to me as a present.
No, so we found this one and we took photos and Mum was like, oh
Rubbing
yes,
an
no, I
eye.
love it.
Mm.
And then I snuck back later and bought 1.5 meters for a shirt because every time I buy you a long length on a white or cream background, it's not dress material for you, is it? It's
No.
shirt material.
Yeah, I think that'll make a nice shirt.
It'll make a lovely shirt.
Will make a
And it's
nice shirt.
linen.
It's linen.
I
It's
can already
hanging
see
linen.
it with your brown slacks and a brown cardigan in
Yeah.
autumn.
Yeah,
So that was your M. Rosenberg.
that was my own
Rosenberg haul.
Big bird?
I did have M. Rosenberg fabric.
Oh yeah, you got a spot.
Oh,
not very-
yes.
Ah, don't disappear down there.
Sorry.
I was trying to make a bid for freedom.
My thread was making a bid for freedom down the back of the telly, and the telly's massive. I do not want to have to move it.
No.
I bought this. I actually specifically went looking for polka dot cotton, and I thought I won't be able to find any because as soon as you say you're looking for something, you can never find it. But I found this.
And it was the first one.
Yeah, at M. Rosenberg, and it's a lovely soft. It's not a stiff cotton. It's a lovely
lawn, isn't
soft. Yeah, it's a cotton lawn, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All the
It'll
house
have a
plants
nice
have joined
drape.
You bought 4 meters because that's what they had left.
I asked for 3, and when he took it off the roll, there was 4 and maybe a smickerel on it. So I just said, "Oh, I'll take all of it."
That would make a really nice
So.
body lining for your Sorrento. That would
Yeah.
go really well.
There's-
with that,
Oh,
and
that's
just
a
use
good idea.
slippery
Probably
sleeves.
plenty there because it's only going to be a Shelby,
Yeah.
and I don't really make the long Shelby anymore. I make the knee length one, so that would probably be quite nice with my indigo as
As
a
long as you
lining.
use
Slippery sleeve fabric.
So that was what Mum and Big Bird bought, and I got some of this, which does have a decent chunk of black on it, but it's actually a panel print. The only thing that is wrong with this is that I couldn't buy more. I bought everything that was left on the roll. That was just over 3 meters, but it's given me 8 of these panels, and they are fairly large panels. So there's 2 to the width of the fabric, and then, as I say, there's 8 all along, and I think at the ends I have got that end not very much, this end slightly more on there, so you know there's a little bit, but I want to try and do some kind of a shirt dress with this. I have a kind of rough idea in mind. I would have loved to have been able to get hold of more panels, because that way I could really fussy cut all of the pieces out, because I want to have like the blue stripes going down the center front at the waistband, or around just above the waistband. I'm planning on putting a solid black button band down the center front, and then a solid black waistband around the waist, and if I have enough solid black cuffs, because I would like long sleeves, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough of this fabric to be able to cut out the sleeves that I would like, as well as all the other things, because we all know I also love a very full skirt. This is going to definitely take some playing around and thinking with, but I am so pleased that I managed to get what they did have. I wouldn't have bought less than this, so I'm very glad that there was the 3 meters on the roll, and it's going to be an interesting one to play with. We bumped into the lovely Debbie whilst we were there, and one of the ones that I saw whilst Debbie was purchasing was this fabric that they called Rose Attack. Now, I bought the hot pink version of this years ago, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was genuinely amazed that they had any of this left. And I said to Debbie, I was like, ooh, because I showed it to her, she was like, that's gorgeous but not my colours. I was like, I have the hot pink version which would look amazing on you, so should we do a straight swap? And she was like, I will think about it. And I thought about it, and I went back later and I bought myself 5 meters of this at the same time as I bought Mum's Italian linen for the shirt, although unfortunately I haven't bought enough, so she's gonna have to have a short sleeve shirt. But yeah, so I went back and bought 5 meters of this. We bumped into Debbie later for a cocktail at the Gin Fizz bar. We sort of said, if you buy this, you know, I'll send you mine. And I sort of said to her, I was like, I caved. I said, if you've bought it with the idea of a swap, we'll still do the swap. I will still have it, so I'll just have 10 meters of this instead of 5. And she's like, no, I haven't. And then I showed Debbie the hot pink one at one of the hangouts, and she was like, yes, I need that. And so I've already sent it off to her. I got the red one. I am so pleased with this. It's very similar to the Liberty Carline print, but this one is definitely kind of more, it's called Rose Attack, and I think you can see why. It does kind of almost look like blood splatter. It's like roses have really been attacked there. Or, you know, when they're painting the roses in Alice in Wonderland, they've painted them thoroughly, but they've got paint everywhere else as well. But I absolutely love this print. It's a cotton lawn. I have 5 meters of it, which means it's probably going to end up being some kind of a shirt dress, because that is my go-to for cotton lawn, especially these kind of prints. I do have, and it's just out of shop, but I do have the Liberty Carline in red roses, but I've got the small tiny print from that one, not the big print. I've got the big print in the blue, which I have made a dress and a shirt out of. They did have this in blue as well, and I was like, no, I can't buy the blue because I already have that, but I now have the red and I'm so happy. I think I didn't buy the red at the time because I had red hair, but yeah. I have 5 meters of this, which now needs to go in the wash so that I can then turn it into a dress, but I'm very pleased with this one.
I've already got fluff.
Cat fluff.
You floofed. It's your turn,
Yes.
is it?
This is quite boring.
Oh.
This is just a 2 meter cut of a blackish blue.
Yeah.
Denim.
Blackish blue denim that I'm going to use to make another Sorrento, because small girl type creature has moved out of the house and taken all my Sorrentos with her.
All of them.
And the ones that Sean donated as well.
And it's quite
It's a good sturdy
one.
denim, and
Are
I
you
don't
gonna-
think it's stretchy.
Are you going to do a bright in your face lining?
I'm going to attempt to line it following the Sean method.
But is it going to be brighter in your face lining?
As bright and in your face as I've got in my stash that I could use as lining. I don't have that much in your face.
So, might I have to send you some of the abalone shell silk?
I've still got some of the, what's it called?
Nebula. Nebula silk.
I've still got nebula
nice
silk, which would look nice inside this, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't be so bright and in your face that it would make me go.
We're convinced near the winter. You're getting your colours done when you come down.
Yeah, when we come to the island, I'm going to see Nicola, and we think I'm a winter, so
pretty convinced.
Yeah,
Nicola
and Siam.
Me again. I'm going to show one of my fabrics now. Well, actually technically three. I went to the Chandler's Cottage, which is Leesa Chandler's fabric company stand, and the first time I got there, Leesa wasn't behind the counter, and it was just like, oh, it's so nice to see her here, or see the fabrics here but not her. And then I walked around again and she was like, oh my gosh, and she recognized me and came out and gave me a big hug, and it was lovely to see her. She hadn't bought any like long lengths of fabrics. She'd bought lots of fat quarters and pre-cuts for all of the different patterns and kits that she does. So I treated myself to 3 fat quarters, which was £10 for the 3. I'm going to use this for bag making. I could either use some of the leftover red that I've got, or some of the mustard, some of the green faux leather that I've got, and use this as like an accent panel. I think I also have 3 meters of this print in my Quilt and Cotton stash for a shirt dress, which I have not made up yet, but every time I get this fabric out, I'm just so pleased with it, and it's so pretty, and it's the vibrant colours that I love. It has lots of gold accents all over it. And Leesa also let me know that she is changing the way that she has her fabric printed. It's going to be a combination of digital and this type of printing, so it'll still have the metallic bits on it, but she's also branching out onto dressmaking fabrics like rayons and cotton lawns and stuff, which I cannot wait for. I'm so excited. So I got 3 fat quarters from Leesa Chandler and I love them. They both rummaged through and found vintage buttons, which I will take a photo of and put on now, because if we try and show it, it'd just be,
we'll be here for hours.
We've just seen all the buttons that Mum and Big Bird got from the vintage shop, and again I cannot remember the name of that vintage shop, so I will try and put it on screen for you. Mum very kindly bought me 2 packets of these glass beads, which again I will show you a close-up of, because showing you the little plastic packets is not going to help even if I did that. They are absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm going to do with those, but it's a good bet at one of the shows that if I ever lose Mum, she's got like head deep in looking through buttons, and it was the case in this time as well. And I'm really glad that she did kind of start diving through the buttons, because on the shelf was this roll of dark green velvet ribbon, which is absolutely gorgeous. This lady had got this from Andre at Till the Sun Goes Down. It was priced at £1 per metre, and I had been talking about getting some of this for my dressmaker's ball dress. I have 3 kind of ideas for dresses that I want to make, and seeing this kind of solidified that this is the one that I'm going to go for. I wanted like 30 meters of this because I am going to be using it to trim seams on a very large skirt, and I just didn't want to not have enough, so I'd rather have had too much than not enough. I went back at the end of the day to buy my 30 meters, and she was just like, oh, do you know what? I'll just give you the entire roll for £15. I think I got the better end of that deal. I haven't unrolled this to check that as yet, but I do think I got the better end of that deal. So this is the fabric I'm going to be making my dressmaker's ball dress out of, and this green ribbon goes with it perfectly. It really picks out the dark green in the leaves. I got this from the Goldhawk Road ages ago, and I have 10 meters of it. I loved this fabric so much that I bought another colorway and print the next time that I went up, and I have 2 4-meter cuts of this one. If I do have way more ribbon than I need, this green ribbon goes with this beautifully as well. So this might even end up being the wearable muslin for my dressmaker's ball dress. I'm going to measure how much I have of this and work out if I have enough to do 2 dresses before I, you know, fully trim this one, and I then don't end up with enough for the other one. But yeah, this could end up being my wearable muslin dress, and this ribbon, it goes with both of those fabrics, which I'm very pleased with. And I do, like I say, think I got the better end of that bargain. Thank you. Something else I picked up whilst I was there was 3 packets, there's another one that's just out of reach, of stretch needles, super stretch needles, 75, for all of the super light viscose jerseys that I am going to be sewing up over the next couple of weeks. Got those from Barn Yarns, and it was £12 for 3 packs. They were doing a deal if you bought 3. There happened to be an antique stand there that was selling jewellery. They clearly have done their market research and know their audience well. I picked up this necklace, which I will do a close-up of because you guys won't be able to see it with me just like wafting it at you, for £25, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Obviously for £25 none of this is real, so not real pearls, not real gold, but it's still very, very pretty. And it has a really clever little clasp on it that you can make it shorter by a whole link, or you can have it as long as it will go with the extra link in, so I really like that. Then we headed over to Roy's Material World, and Mum definitely had a bit of a splurge.
This is,
They are making bids for freedom, aren't they?
this was
Roy's Material World.
Roy's.
Sorry, I can duck that out.
Ooh. 3 rolls of thread, and I've dropped every single one of them. That's beautiful.
I think it's lovely.
It's a rayon, isn't it?
It's a rayon. It's got a little bit of gold in it, which I like, and I love the colours.
Oh, I hadn't noticed the gold, the metallic gold before. I'd seen it was gold. I didn't realise it was metallic.
And I like the design being slightly.
Oh, it's lovely. It's
different.
very you.
I
Very
saw it and I thought, oh, I have to have that.
Yeah.
You
So
got
I
a
got-
metre and a half for a shirt.
That's right, for a shirt, because I won't have to
It's
be
sort of bright autumn.
careful
isn't it?
with where things go.
No,
'cause
that's
there's no creatures.
yeah. You don't have to worry about leopard boob with that one.
No. So this was at
Roy's Material
Roy's
World.
Material
I
World.
found this one.
Also, Sean found this for me, which is a jersey, but it's a nice thick jersey.
Yeah, sure.
You know, it's a good solid jersey that will make a lovely winter. What are they called?
T-shirt.
Yeah, but
The Renfrew
Renfrew
with the cowl neck.
with the cowl neck. Yes, because people always like my Renfrews with the cowl necks. I've got quite a few.
Well, they're cosy, aren't
But it'll
they?
be lovely for the winter. Yeah, it's not a t-shirt. It's a jump.
It's more
It's
of
a
a
t-shirt,
lightweight
though.
t-shirt
Yeah.
jumper.
It's meant to be a t-shirt, but depending on the fabric you use, depends
Yeah.
what it ends up being.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
How many have you got left, Nia? Is it just the one?
One, and then my thready
Or
goodness.
is it
got
your
one.
thready goodness?
Should I
then?
do my thready goodness? Because this is lovely. A couple of years ago, when we went to the Quilt Festival, we got a little set, didn't we, of Metler polysheen thread, and I found this whole set. Look at the colours in there. Aren't they pretty? I think I paid £36. But
It was nice when we got the sets free, wasn't it?
6, 7,
I was
8, 9.
disappointed this
That's
year.
£36 for 18 reels, which I didn't think was bad for Metler. And I just, while we're talking threads, I did
The
get
ones that you've
these
been
as
throwing
well.
around.
These are the ones I've been throwing around, which are just Gutermann polyester. Yeah, 100% polyester.
You got your colours that work for your palette kind of thing.
In my colours, and this red one was bought for a specific fabric that I haven't shown
which
you
you're
yet,
going
but it
to
matches.
see.
So
And this is another lovely solid jersey. It's good thickness for the winter.
Yeah, that's what she means by solid, not the print.
No.
No.
No. So I can have it for the winter, which will be lovely with a
Again,
cowl neck Renfrew.
Roy's Material World.
I think it's nice.
It's
actually.
very nice, yes.
Yeah, my colours.
because much as the Isle of Wight is wonderful in the summer, in the winter the Solent is a wind tunnel off the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And you need all the warmth you can
need.
get.
And I saw this print, which is pansies when you look at it, and initially Mum kind of turned her nose up and was like, oh no, but I got my colour swatch out because I had my little, you know, all about the outfit colour book with me. The blues, yellows, greens and oranges in this are perfect for me. It was priced at £10 per metre, and I was going to buy 6 metres of it, but then I saw this one, which is actually one that Mum has bought and already cut out and started making a shirt from it. And I saw this one, and this was also listed at £10 per metre, but I knew this was on Pound Fabrics for £5.50 per metre. So I said to Mum, oh, order this when we get home, because she absolutely loved it and was just like, oh, shirt. And I said, yes, but you know, let's save some money for when we get home. And she was like, yeah, let's do that. So when I was showing her this one on the website, I also showed her this one, which is Mum's other fabric that she got, and she fell in love with this one. I think this is absolutely beautiful, and theoretically I can get away with it because it is warm colours, but it's definitely more Mum than it is me. So Mum, like I say, fell in love with it, and I've ordered her 4 meters of this one for a 9077 dress because she loves that dress and wears the one that I made for her. In fact, she's got 2 of the ones that I made for her, both in autumnal colours, and she wears them often and loves them, so she wanted to make one for herself, so that's what this is going to be. And when I was trying to find this one on the website to show Mum, I saw that they had this one on the website for £4.50 per metre. As I say, I was going to buy 6 meters of it because that's my thing at the moment. I'm buying slightly extra, especially of viscoses, because it means I can get a dress, a skirt and a top, sometimes 2 different styles of dresses out of that fabric. And so the fact that I was going to spend 60 quid and then I managed to get this for £27 meant that I could order 2 more meters of this one, which is the kind of chunky knit that I made 2 of my little shrugs up in earlier this year in the green and the blue. And then I got myself a meter of this chocolatey brown, which is the same fabric as the yellow mustardy little shrug that you've seen there. So this one was more expensive. It's £13 per meter on there. I just can squeeze a little 7 to 8, 9 I think from a meter. So 1 meter of that, 2 meters of this. Both of these are obviously very autumnal colours, but this goes really well with a lot of the anaconda and thesis that I've got going on back there, and it goes really well with a lot of other stuff that I have in my wardrobe. And this lovely chocolatey brown, it's a warm colour, it's a deeper neutral for me, so I really like this one. And then this orange one actually looks a lot more vibrant on the website than it does in real life. I'm not mad at that. Again, I think it's one that I get away with because it's a warm colour, whilst I think it's definitely an autumnal colour. It is something that's going to go with a lot of things from this collection. As you can see, the ginger skirt back here, it's looking pretty good with that already. And it's going to go with a lot of things that I have in my wardrobe, but it's not as vibrant as I thought it was going to be. But I do have some very vibrant viscose jersey in 2 shades of orange. So one of those is going to be t-shirts and one of those is going to end up as a shrug like this vibrant green did, and I really like how this has turned out. So all is not lost, even though it's not quite what I was expecting. But yes, 2 meters of that, 1 meter of that, and then 6 meters of this for me. I absolutely love this print. Pansies are one of my favorite flowers, and if I see any pansy prints I tend to always snap them up. One of my favorite dresses I've ever made is still this purple one, which I cannot fit into. I would love to see more of those kind of purple pansies on viscoses, because that's a quilting cotton dress. But I love this, really pleased with this, and this one can now go into the wash. And then these last 2 that you've got each from the same place?
Yeah, they are. Cloth Atelier. While we were at
Rosenberg,
right next door was Cloth Atelier, and they had a whole wall of Indian block prints, which I love.
Basically, these 2 got served at Rosenberg and then left me.
Well, we would be here for hours.
There was only one chap working that day, and he was doing very hard ping-ponging between both sides. Yeah. But yeah, you both got served and then abandoned me.
We were like, ooh, shinies! There's shinies next door, let's go!
You got to look.
I found
this
really pretty turquoise and raspberry,
yeah.
pink,
Yeah.
sort of turquoise and raspberry with bits of red, and it's got a little bit of mustard. Mustard's not my favourite because it makes me look jaundiced, but
You can't,
a little bit like that on a bright turquoise background.
That's not the
It's
main
lovely.
colour.
That's gonna,
And it's
fabulous on you.
got the nice red thread to go with it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the Wardrobe by Me tunics. It's either the Love tunic or the Perfect. I think it's the Perfect tunic. I've got another one in a white and blue, and I love it just to sling on with jeans or a denim skirt in the summer. It's so light and easy to wear. It's lovely. So it's going to be another one of them.
And Mum's last
My
fabric
last
also from Cloth Atelier.
Cloth Atelier, yeah. I just fell in love with it. It's very narrow because it's a pin tucked material. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see, but it's been pin tucked.
Do you want me to take
I
that
will
up
do.
closer so you can see the...
Thank you.
You might be able to see it, but the light's really... There you go, you can see it in there on that green bit. It's got tiny fine pin tucks all over it and it's beautiful.
So I had to get 2 meters and I'm going to make a shirt with it. So I'm very pleased with that. I think it will look nice.
Very nice
Yes.
indeed, yeah. Surprisingly, Mum and Big Bird didn't buy anything from Lady McElroy, but I did. I have a lot to show you. Now, I did have a giant shopping list of prints that I was on the lookout for at Lady McElroy, and prints that I would still like to get in the future because they either didn't have them in the base that I wanted at the show, or I bought a lot already and there was a limit to my budget, unfortunately. But one of the great things is the very lovely Raymond from Lady McElroy agreed to sponsor future Kiddish Behaviour sew-alongs. The very first one that I will be doing is the Emerald Green Cobra Corsage 9076 Piping Masterclass. One of you guys called my last sew-along a masterclass, and so I'm sticking with that. Thank you very much for that name. Fingers crossed you guys think that the piping one is going to be just as good as the last one. The colour of piping I'm going to be using is this. It's going to be a very, very loud dress. I am so looking forward to seeing how this comes out. The very lovely Lynn from Aussie Blackbeard had come up with a genius idea for the skirt, which is going to look amazing, and it's going to be a slightly different take on that pattern, because one of my big things is once the bodice fits you, you can put any sleeves and skirts you like onto them to change the look of things. So this is going to have a tiered and gathered skirt with piping in between each of the layers, which means I'm going to need about 25-30 meters of piping. Thank you, Lynn. It's going to look amazing, but hopefully I've got enough of this fabric. I have just over 1 meter here, and I got this from Suki. So thank you, Suki, for sending that to me. It's kind of like a linen viscose, but it is the perfect pink for the little stag beetles that are in this emerald colourway. Now, I think this may lean a little more winter than it is spring, but I absolutely love green, as we can see, and we all know I love Cobra Corsage. This is the Chloe Chambray, so it's the linen viscose mix. I have 5 meters of this. This will be not the next sew along that comes out, because that's going to be a Vogue dress, but it's going to be the one afterwards. I am so looking forward to making this up. I think it's going to look epic. I already have shoes that are going to match this. In fact, both green and pink shoes that are going to match this. Fingers crossed you guys are really going to enjoy that tutorial when it comes out, but I'm so pleased. And yeah, Lady McElroy will be sponsoring the sew-alongs going forward, which means I'm going to be able to feature some of the prints that you guys maybe have not seen before, some of the new colourways that are going to be available, and we all know how much I love Lady McElroy, so it's kind of like a dream come true for me, so yay, and I'm so pleased with this. Next up was one that was on my list. This is also the Chloe Chambray, so a linen viscose mix, and it's called Enchanted Palms. Now this one does look very similar to Savannah, but it is different. It does have flowers all over it, which Savannah does not, and it doesn't have any fauna, so there are no hummingbirds on this one. I absolutely love this one, and the peeps at Lady McElroy know me well, because the minute this was launched they messaged me and just said, this one's going to be right up your alley, and it was like, yes it is, and it's gone straight onto my wish list, and now I have my grubby little mitts on 5 meters of it. Again, 5 meters, so it's probably going to end up being some kind of a shirt dress and some kind of a shirt, and it's going to tie in really well with so many other pieces from my wardrobe, including the bright green emerald skirt that I've been making, because it's going to pick out those greens here. I love this. I'm so pleased with it. I do think this is slightly more spring appropriate than the Savannah. Savannah, again, I think is actually quite autumnal, although on the bright side of autumn, and this one I think is slightly more of a spring print. I could be very wrong. It's going to be interesting to see what Nicola says next time she's over, but I absolutely love this. Very, very happy with this. Cannot wait to get that made up, although I probably will have to wait till next year, because I think my leaf collection is going to be overtaking next year's sewing. I have this delusion that I'm going to be able to do these giant collections in 3 months and do 4 a year. If I did nothing else I probably could, but you kind of need to do other things to wear these things out so that there's a point to making all these clothes. Yeah, I think leaves are going to happen next year. Next up we have one that you've seen before, one that I already own and have in a different dress. It is Parrot Dice, but this one is the Cerruti Lawn. I have this and have made this into a dress already, the 7537, one of my very favourite dresses. I did that a couple of years ago because I was working on the Lady McElroy stand. I did it in the Riccardi Lawn, and it's actually a much paler blue, but when I was at the show they had this out and I was just like, that's amazing. The vibrant blue at the background of this is so gorgeous. I had this print on the chalk background, which was a very pale pink, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I've had it for years, but it was one of those ones where it's just like, this doesn't look good next to my face, so I'd need to put like a collar on in a colour that does work for me to make it more appropriate for my skin tone if I do want it up closer to my face. Once I saw this one, this replaced that on my, you know, I was like, I need this. And I was like, I've already got 5 meters, I can't buy another 5 meters. And I bought another 5 meters because I sold my chalk one. Again, it went to the very lovely Debbie. So thank you very much, Debbie, for taking that off my hands and giving it a loving home. I cannot wait again to make this one up. Again, 5 meters. Again, it's cotton lawn, so it's probably going to be some kind of a shirt dress and some kind of a shirt. It might just be a regular dress, who knows? But I do tend to prefer wearing shirt dresses, so I'm really pleased that I did make the swap from chalk to this background. It is lovely. Again, this needs to go in the wash. Next up is this one, which is Carnation something. Everything that I can list to I will list to in the description down below. This one is absolutely gorgeous, and I already have 3 meters of it in my stash that I bought last year with a birthday gift voucher I was given. I only bought 3 meters thinking, oh, I'll make a shirt dress and one of my smaller shirt dresses and it'll be fine. I haven't cut into that fabric yet because I was just like, I think I want an 8577 or a really big skirted dress because this is just so epic. They also do this print on a peach background, and I think it would be really fun to possibly get some of the peach as well and do like a Harlequin style dress. I think I would really like that. It would be an experiment for me, but I absolutely love this print, and it's one of their more vibrant warm-toned red prints, which is something that I wish they would do more of because I absolutely love them. But yeah, I got 2 meters of this, so I have 5 meters in total now. And then my final fabric. If you've made it to the end of this fabric haul, thank you very much because it has been very long and very waffly and very chatty. My final fabric is 3 meters of the Viscose Jungle Tropics. I have made so far 2 bags, an 8577, a 9357 skirt, and I have enough left over from the cotton lawn to make a little tie front shirt as well. I absolutely love this print. It's leafy, it's bright, it's vibrant. I wanted some of the viscose to make an Eve dress, although I cut my Eve dresses on the cross grain, and I'm gonna have to have a look at this print en masse to see if it's going to be really obvious that it's cut on the cross grain, or as long as everything's cut on the cross grain, if I can get away with it. So yeah, I have 3 meters of this viscose and I absolutely love this print, as you can probably tell from the previous pieces that I've mentioned. Again, this is going to go into the Leafy collection, so it's probably going to get made up next year. It was on my wish list, it's been taken off that now, and I'm really pleased that I bought it because I love it. That is everything that we all bought at the Festival of Quilts.
Did you both have a nice day?
Oh, we had a
did.
lovely day.
It was wonderful. It was lovely to see Debbie again. We
Yes.
met up with Debbie, didn't we?
Yes.
They all drank gin. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I was driving. And we had a massive picnic, which we're still eating.
Yes, we still have.
2 days later, we're still eating the picnic.
Yeah, which is great.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
There we
There you
go.
go. So it's done.
All filmed.
I hope you enjoyed this kind of splicing together of the 2 filming days that we did. Fingers crossed I've been able to make sense of it all. As I say, everything that I can list in the description down below, I will. If you have any questions about the fabrics, let me know in the comments section down below. If you have any suggestions of what you would do with the fabrics I've bought, let me know in the comment section down below. Although I have rough ideas for everything, it would be really interesting to hear what you guys think I should make with some of these prints. If you've enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this one here.